Alright guys, I'm just going to give you a bit more information on our design principles that we've been covering. So we've already covered the whole point of hierarchy and why we use hierarchy in designs, and so today I'm going to cover a few more for you. Alright, today's lesson is specifically going to focus on the purpose of lines, and this is like a weird one because a lot of people haven't really ever considered why lines are important, but they're actually known as the most basic element of design. Now there's three main things that you need to know. The first one is that they help direct the eye. So just the way that lines work, it's that your eyes tend to follow them. They also create emphasis, so if you've ever underlined a word in your writing, you've used it for emphasis. And also they give a sense of movement. And so what I mean by that is that lines that are straight don't give a sense of movement. However, if the line was to be a bit wavy, then that would make us believe that there was some type of movement happening. All right. So what we're going to do here is have a look at some lines that separate information, and these are actually the most common types of lines used. So if you have a look at this magazine here, they've used lines to separate the different key facts and also the different elements of the magazine. This one here looks like they've used the white space as a line in order to separate the information and give the impression of columns. They've also used the actual lines down here, and you can also see the other types on these two examples here. So firstly and foremostly, lines can be used to separate information, and that's a really good tool to use if you are looking at design principles. However, I would recommend that you don't do too many lines because then it becomes a bit distracting. Right, the next type of line that you can use is a line that gives direction. So in the same way that hierarchy guides our eye, lines can also do the same thing. So if we have a look at these lines here, they're quite subtle, but we still know that we're starting on this side, we're feeding across, ingredients, that kind of stuff, and then we're feeding back down and finishing. Over here, we're looking at the journey of the different parts of the car. Right here, we get sucked in right here from this hierarchy, and then our eyes follow down to this part here. And then that's the same in here as well. Like for example, you wouldn't probably be able to understand this without the lines there to help you. Alright, this is an example of lines that give the illusion of movement. So right here, these are lines on a flat piece of paper, and yet how they are placed on the page gives us the impression that this is like a rolling set of hills. This one here, again, flat piece of paper and just some basic lines, and yet by lifting them here, it appears that this boat is about to rock over. And same here, this appears like it's moving, almost like a wave. Okay, so you can use lines to create movement as well. Now, if you have some time up your sleeve, what I would consider doing is having a look at this poster here and thinking about these questions, because it will really develop your understanding of the design principle, and also will help you utilize it in your own designs.